The mother asked, the world is preparing for a big change, will you help? She asked humanity this. How can we help? Mother says, by opening yourself to the light that is coming. But how do we open ourselves? So, Mother also says that there are two conditions which are proof of the supramental acting. First condition is
aspiration.
Equality. We just did it. Equality. Under every circumstance, you have to be equal. Now, what will allow for this equality? We can't even be equal to something like delay in reaching where we have to go if the traffic is too much. Can we gain access to this equality? So, Sri Aurobindo says beautifully that he coins a beautiful term, Kalyanshraddha, faith in the goodness of life, faith in the knowing that everything in this moment is perfectly as it needs to be. My mind may label it good or bad, but behind all that, everything is happening by a divine will, of course distorted by human ignorance. And the divine will would work much better if that distortion wasn't there, granted. But even so, it's the divine will working out everything in my life. And I'll distort that divine will the least when I'm in surrender. When can I be in surrender? When I have a knowing within me that this creation is the body of God and everything that's happening within it is perfect from a context that my mind can't understand. Every seeming bad is actually good in the making. So it's beautiful in the Gita. I refer to this often. Sri Krishna says that a devotee of mine is one who's in a state of shubhashubh parityagi. Shubh is fortunate, ashubh is unfortunate, pari is fully, tyagi is renounced. One who has fully renounced the distinction between fortunate and unfortunate and takes whatever happens to him as my prasad and receives it like that. And it's really a shift in perspective, even pain. It's how we respond to it. Why do we shrink from pain so much? The biggest blessings come to us wrapped in pain, isn't it? Someone beautifully said, somebody gifted me a box of darkness. It took me so long to see that that too was a blessing. Even that box of darkness was a blessing. Everything is a blessing. Now, this I'm telling you, and you'll try to believe it with your mind because I'm saying it. That works, but only to an extent. But as we were doing this morning in our yoga class, when we really silence our mind, when we did breath work, etc., to really silence our mind, nobody needs to tell you this. In that state of silence, you already feel I'm good. Have you noticed that? How many of you have noticed that you can have a state of your thoughts slowing down and still feel life's not good? It's not possible. When your thoughts are silent, there's a knowing within you which emerges. The Kalyanshraddha is not a belief, it's a knowing of your deepest. And that knowing comes forward and you just know that everything is good. And you don't have to fight anything. You fight an enemy. But life is your friend. Why? It's foolish to fight a friend. So when you have a quiet mind, you're in that state of surrender. Not surrender to this or that. Surrender to whatever comes. You say an inner yes to everything. And that is the real Ishwar Pranidhan. Surrender, Atma Samarpan. It's not like saying I love God but I hate man and I hate the world. Then Sri Aurobindo says, then who is it that you love? Because the world is God. You can't say I love God and hate man. Then who is it that you love?